My name is Jim Keene, and welcome to this overview of the ARX FIT software. I'm going to explain the opening screens and the different modes that you can select and the different protocols that are possible. We won't get into a really deep dive right now. That's for upcoming videos, but I just wanted to give you a brief overview of all the new stuff we have, new goodies. First, this is the first screen that you see. And if you're showing somebody a demonstration of the equipment and just showing them how it works, you can press the demo button and now you're into demo mode. You select an exercise, and then we'll go over these later, but you select a protocol and nothing gets recorded and saved in the database. This is just to show people the equipment if you are running a facility or a showroom or have need of that without having to log somebody in. Now I'll show you the new client screen. If you have a brand new client, you press new client, and there they are. You can type in their name, male, female, height, weight, date of birth, and you press next, and off you go. Press back. So right now, I'd like to take you through the basic modes that we have. So I'm going to press demo. We'll just go leg press just for giggles. Inroad mode is the first one. In inroad mode, like it says here, you establish your work zone by selecting your desired level of fatigue. You maintain your intensity and challenge yourself to stay in that work zone for as long as possible. Here's what that means in practice. Right down here, you see 40%. That means that at the end of this set, the subject will be 40% weaker than he is right now. We can change that. Maybe somebody might only require 20% fatigue during a set. If you want to have some carpet time afterwards, be sure to have a bucket handy. You can go all the way up to 80%, 85%. The whole point is, how much of this person's strength do I want to take from them in this set? And in practice, when you press start, it's represented by this green zone. As I begin to exert force, the green zone changes. That green zone, I think I had it set at 50%, that represents 50% of my maximum strength. And if my maximum goes up, the green zone goes up because it's based off of my maximum. The punchline here is that when I can no longer produce enough force to get up into the green zone, I know that I've fatigued myself 50% and it's time to stop the ride. Next, we've got countdown mode. As it says here, you set the timer and then accumulate as much output as you possibly can before the timer hits zeros. And then week after week, you try to beat your output from the last time. So, let's see, you press start. We have it set at 2 minutes. You can set it less. You can set it more. However long you feel like the set should last, that's what you set the timer for. When you press start, begin pressing, all of a sudden on the y-axis is not your force output, it's your cumulative force output. So, as you accumulate more and more and more, your line goes up and up and up, and the harder you press, the steeper your line is, and if you let off of it, your line flattens out. A cool part of this, and you can stop it before the 2 minutes. A cool part of this is if I go back to leg press, I press countdown again, let's say it's my next workout. That gray line represents what I did last time. And if I press start, I now get to race myself. This is me against me, and the line is green if you're winning, and if you fall behind the pace, then your line changes color and turns red. And that's countdown mode. You set a timer, the timer counts down, and you try to accumulate as much output as you possibly can before it hits zero. And finally, press time trial. As you can see here, you choose an output goal, and then you try to reach that goal as quickly as possible. So it's the reverse of countdown. In countdown, you set the time, and you try to do as much as you can in that set amount of time. In time trial, you decide how much you're going to do, and then you try to do that much as quickly as you can. So time trial, here we set it in foot-pounds. How much do I want to do? What's my total cumulative output that I want to accomplish? So and you could, of course, change it. It goes by 50s, it goes by 250s, depending on which area you press. Let's say we set it for 1,000. We press start. I get to go until I accumulate 1,000 foot-pounds of output. This is a good time to point out in all of the modes, all the stuff that we track over there on the right. A normal client would be seeing every leg press he ever did in this mode with this output limit. You see the date, the elapsed time of the set, the output, that's your cumulative work that you've done, The max is just the highest force output that you registered this set. The intensity is just your rate of work. That's your output divided by time. And then finished means, did you get to that level of output or did you stop early? Yes or no. And much like with countdown, if I press stop and next, go back to leg press, go back to time trial, now there's that gray line. There's my pace. I'm racing myself, and if I'm doing better, it turns green. If I fall off the pace, it turns red. So those are the three modes. That's what they do. And when you press finish, you get the workout summary screen. Obviously, a legitimate workout summary screen looks a little bit better than this, but you get the idea. On the bottom is your actual time spent exercising. Then there's the elapsed time, which is the time after you typed in the client's name. And we track your changes in percents. So not absolute numbers, but by what percentage did you improve? Turns green, shows you the percent. By what percentage did you fall short? Well, we show that too, and it turns yellow. So there you have it, a brief overview of the ARX software.